My fantasy team is bad.
Welcome back to Double L. I'm Al. We're here, as always, with the other Al. Fortunately, we don't have any guests this week. We're not going to let that get us down. We are here reviewing week two at this point. Just today, week one went out due to some technical errors with our intern over
Mm,
there.
mm.
Um, but yeah, looking at week two matchups. Looking forward at week three.
Yeah, that Milwaukee City internet is really catching up to production intern Joey.
I guess it's not all that he thought it was going to be.
No, I will mention,
And great job doxing him.
uh, the city of Milwaukee's
It's a
large.
big city. It's a big
It's a big
city.
city. It's a big
Yeah, and
city. I could tell you his
Sixth
exact
Street is a
address.
long street.
I could tell you his exact address because he sent it to me so I could pick him up and take him to a Brewers game on Friday.
Hmm.
But anyway, this episode is brought to you by I'm trying to hold on to the last little bits of summer here as we only have what 2 weeks left, I guess. So I've got a Leinenkugel summer shandy. I once again went ahead and got two and put them in the BG mug because
There
I'm
you
an
go.
adult and I can have two beers on a Tuesday night.
That's what it's all about. And
Exactly.
I'm an adult. I can have half a fifth fireball if I want.
There you go.
And spoilers, the way this week went, I might.
Hey, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. We got a whole show to film. We've got other things to cover before our matchup.
Like trades. Just kidding. No trades.
No trades. Although I hear there might be some trade talk going down. I'm not going to spoil anything
There's
because
trade talk everywhere. I sent a trade offer to Zane today.
okay.
Denied. I've been talking to
Uh
Joey. Denied. I don't even know why I spend my time talking to
yeah,
Joey.
there's no point. Joey just is paranoid all the time, so he's just always assuming he's getting fleeced.
It's
But
difficult.
yeah, come on, people, let's get some trades going. We need to talk about something at the beginning of these shows. Uh
Like an icebreaker almost.
yeah. I haven't talked to Alex since the last time we filmed this show. He doesn't talk to me anymore outside of this. Our working relationship is the only relationship we have at this point.
We keep it strictly professional at this point.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Bro has a kid and decides that he needs to make other things his priorities.
Ooh. Yeah, my bad. I'll fix my priorities. Don't worry.
Yeah. Speaking of priorities, Ryan has a good team. That has nothing
Ryan.
to do with priorities, but he has a good
Well,
team.
his priority is not getting his PhD right now. It is winning fantasy games. His studies and work are taking a back seat for the time being, at least until the end of December,
As they should, I think we can all be honest.
as they should.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's important things here. Jeff, on the other hand, everyone's saying he has the best team. I think he has a really good team, but then he comes here and loses to Ryan and puts some questions up into the air.
Forgive me if I'm incorrect. Is Jeff 0-2 now, or did he win last week?
He won last week. He's 1-1
Okay.
now.
That's my bad. That's
It's
my
all
bad.
right. It's all right. Yeah,
Just
and
wait till the new Call of Duty comes out, then Kyler Murray is going to start to underperform.
I don't know why, but I do follow Kyler Murray on Instagram. And after
Okay.
week one on Monday, he was playing paintball. That's how he was rest and recovering.
Honestly, I kind of respect it. I played paintball one time in my entire life, and it was so much fun, and I don't
It's
know
a
why
good
I've never
time.
done it again.
Shout out to the joint Eric Zach birthday party.
And Joey, don't forget, Joey was
Oh,
celebrating his
was it
birthday
Joey's
too.
too? Oh my
Yeah, it was a
God.
three-way birthday party.
That is like only 33% yours at that point and kind
Yeah.
of not special.
Yeah, but I
It
do
was for us
remember
though.
one way that Joey was able to celebrate was getting cornered by the entire opposing team as he was the only one left on our team that wasn't eliminated, and they just sprayed him with paintballs.
Happy birthday.
I didn't see it because I was eliminated, but I heard about it, and he said it hurt. They
I
were
only
not
got shot
kind.
once that whole time.
Really? I got shot a few times. Anyway, is Kyler Murray just kind of that guy for you, that guy that you always enjoy watching, and that why you follow him on Instagram?
I really don't remember doing it. I don't know why.
Hmm. I sent a message to our little Instagram group chat that we have. It was Baker Mayfield, a bunch of Baker Mayfield memes. I think outside of any player on the Giants, he might be my favorite player in the NFL.
I like him a lot. I
He's
watched
such
his
a
game
dog.
this week. He's good at
Anyways,
the game. He
uh,
looks like a dad.
none of this has anything to do with Ryan or Jeff's team. Drake
Nah,
May,
Jeff.
great
Oh
week.
yeah, look at Drake May. Great game from him. I almost drafted him. Probably should have because I drafted JJ McCarthy and he's hurt for a few weeks now. Good game from Jonathan Taylor. I say good, 29.5. That's excellent. The only negative part of Ryan's team was tight end Dalton Schultz, but
Mhm.
I'm not going to complain when I get 147.2. On Jeff's team, Cortland Sutton only getting 1.6. Uh, in retrospect, I don't know if there was anyone on his bench he could have put in. I don't think it would have closed that gap. It was quite a large gap between the winner and the loser here.
Yep.
He's going to expect more out of a wide receiver too on this team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Jamar Chase, not quite wide receiver one on the week. I believe, unless there were some scores that I didn't notice, I believe that honor goes to one of my guys this week. But close. It was only by 1.2 points that he came in behind my guy. And all of this could be totally thrown out the window when like Zane had a higher scoring wide receiver that I just didn't look at. But I did look at it because I do research before our shows. Um, but yeah, I mean, Jeff is gonna want a lot more out of pretty much everybody on his team except for obviously Jamar Chase and maybe Trey McBride. I still think, that's a little bit of an underperformance, especially when you compare it to Trey McBride's scores last year that he was able to put up pretty consistently. And then, the Cardinals defense, anytime you can score above 10 with your defense, I think you're going to be pretty happy.
I think Kyron at 10 is awful. Same thing for Kyler at
Yeah.
14. It seems like
Yeah.
a bunch of his players had their bad week all at once, which is kind of what you want.
Yeah. I would agree. I mean, and looking at Ryan's team, pretty much everybody except for Harrison Butker and as you mentioned, Dalton Schultz. I guess Jacoby Myers was also underperforming, but out of your flex, especially when the rest of your team is putting up the points that they're putting up, that top five there, I think you're going to be fine with almost 13 points out of your flex.
Joey comes away with a not surprising at all victory against Devin.
Yep.
Devin putting up 91 points, and I think he's projected to get 90 this week. It's been a tough year, been a tough start to Devin's fantasy season.
That is true.
Um, we predicted here at Double L Media a post-marriage slump. We did not predict a pre-marriage slump. This is beyond the predictions, but it's happening now. Will Devin win a game this year?
Oh, I think for sure he'll win at least one. Don't count that as an official prediction by me. That doesn't go into my stats because
Okay.
if I end up being wrong, um, it's not a very good team. I think we can both be honest with ourselves. I think Devin would understand that. I hear Devin is quite active in trying to put a deal together with another player in the league to just shore up something.
A
Um,
lot of trade talks, and he
yeah,
needs it.
yeah. I don't. I unfortunately, I mean, I don't think we're all that close to Devin's ceiling here. I think a lot of his players underperformed, but with Joe Burrow now out for at least a few games, I do believe that
Probably, probably the end of the fantasy season.
it could be. He's got turf toe, which, I know a lot of us here in this league are fans of the show, The League. And they have a whole episode about how turf toe isn't real until Andre gets it while running the marathon, the what, the marathon, the what. But
What?
it's a serious injury, apparently. Who would have thought? Joe Burrow's got it, and now Devin's team is even worse off, unfortunately, than it was before. So I don't see a ton of wins for Devin this year. He's got more important things in his life that are going on. So um, enjoy those.
Yeah, he'll get a quarterback off the waiver wire, maybe a Russell Wilson or something.
Hmm.
Tonight, who's actually looking pretty good. Um,
Big week this week.
surprisingly, I don't know. Chase Brown, yeah, he could score a lot more. Nico Collins could as well. Yeah,
Hmm.
or he could score a lot better than this. He'll fall into somewhere between 3 and 5 wins before the end of the year.
Yeah, yeah.
As for Joey's team, pretty great all around except for flex. Brees Hall, that flex situation, projected to score 15, had a great week one, down below the median here at 5.8 for week two.
Mm.
He might want to consider sending away Brees Hall for like a quality wide receiver in some sort of trade. It's my
Could happen.
professional It's my professional fantasy analysis here. I do
Yeah,
have some trade proposals to him. He should accept those.
yeah, absolutely.
And Juwan
Um,
Johnson, great pickup off the waiver wire. Plugs him in week 2, getting 15.9 points.
yeah, I mean, I picked him up off the waiver wire last year. Sorry, totally different player. I who's the guy on the 49ers? The
George
receiver.
Kittle,
No, no, he's a receiver. Juwan Jennings.
Juwan Jennings,
Yeah, yeah. So everything
different
I just
name.
said in the last 10 seconds, totally forget.
Ignore it.
Yeah, ignore it.
Pranav
Joey,
versus
if you want to go
Owen.
ahead and edit that out, just kidding, leave it in because I'm dumb.
I thought this was supposed to be Pranav versus Pranav, but I guess it's Pranav versus Owen. Pretty close game. Owen comes away with the victory. No one predicted that. Good job to Owen. Bobby had some crazy quote last week about Owen, what are you doing? About someone he was starting, and it turns out to be pretty good for him. He wins, albeit a low score. Uh, a win's a win.
Was Owen not starting Trevor Lawrence at one point
I
during
think
week one?
that was the Nope, this is the correct game. He did draft Justin Herbert. He just had him on the bench week 1. He scored 27 points in week 1.
Yeah, I will. I want the viewers to know that we just cut out about 3 minutes of us going to Owen's team on the ESPN website to because we could have sworn that we accidentally included the screenshot of the wrong team because there's no way that Owen would have had both Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence on the same team and started Lawrence week one. But here we are. We were right.
That
This
be the
is Owen's
case.
team, and questionable managing from our friend Owen. But hey, you know, he comes back, he brings in Herbert, uh, and he wins week two.
Owen's going to be quite upset about his real life team um, with the quarterback injury and a tough loss, but he'll be happy about this fantasy win. Some
Yeah,
success.
yeah. Yeah, I think you can absolutely agree with that. Pranov's team, a lot of underperformances.
Oh,
Justin
do you
Fields
see what
was
Amon Ra got?
uh oh yeah. So everything I said about wide receiver one versus two on the week is out the window. Like I said, could very easily happen. Um, besides Amon-Ra and Devon Achan, not a ton of bright spots in Pranov's lineup this week. In
And a
fact,
-5 from the Broncos.
that 26.2 from Achan and that 39.2 from Amon-Ra are masking what could have easily been a very bad week for Pranov.
3 points from
Fields,
the quarterback. Oh my God.
yeah, was terrible compared to his, I mean, terrible in general, but especially when you compare it to his first week. Um, Omarion Hampton, nothing doing. Sam Laporta, not a ton. Travis Hunter, I wonder if it's starting to get to the point where you sit Travis Hunter for a few weeks while the Jags start to figure out his role in the NFL.
I think that's fine as a rookie. Rookies always take a little bit of time to kick into gear, especially running back. So seeing Amari and Hampton with 3.5, no panic there yet.
Not yet. No. I would say I still like Pranov's team overall. Um, yeah, negative points from the Broncos is also pretty tough. And yeah,
I'm glad that
it
wasn't
might
the
be,
difference, though. That would hurt so bad.
oh, that would suck. Um, yeah, it might be worth taking a look at sitting Travis Hunter for the time being. Just taking a look if he has a better option on his bench. I'm just, I'm not sold on the whole he can do the two-way thing and be really good at it at the NFL level. I think he has the physical capabilities. It's just the NFL is a different animal than college football. That's all I will say about that. And then you look at Owen's team, not a ton of really big, flashy performances. Just Ramondre Stevenson was the only one on his team over 20. And then everybody else just kind of really gave him enough. 103 isn't gonna win you win you every game. It's not gonna lose you every game. Um, a win is a win, as we always say.
The double
Yeah,
elbow, the
yeah.
annual experience, we'll say. Congrats to you.
Thank you.
138.1 is really good.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty happy with the way my team performed this week. Um, it started off Thursday night football. It was a little tough with Jaden Daniels there. Wasn't really sure. He started off really bad in the game, ended up salvaging it, got a couple of touchdowns, including a garbage time one that um, really made it. 19.7 is nothing to really sneeze at with a quarterback. And then, yeah, the rest of my team really, for the most part, came through. I'm still dealing with a little bit of what's going on with AJ Brown. He has not really gotten it going, although this week is much better than last week, which is crazy to say because it was only 7.7. Travis Kelce, not a ton of production, a couple of drops, I think, including one that might have been a touchdown. And then Jerry Jeudy wasn't great for me. I have since benched him. He will not be on the bench because, as you do not see here, Roma Dunze had over 25 points for the second week in a row, I believe. So he is going to be in my flex spot now because I can't afford to keep him on my bench while Jerry Jeudy has been good, not great. And in this case, not all that good. And then the Patriots
Absolutely.
defense was actually really scaring me. You can kind of take a look at that score that Miami got and think, well, what happened? How did the Patriots score 12? I think they were getting down close to zero at one point, but either got an interception or a fumble recovery, and then also I think there was a pick six or a scoop and score, so the defense also scored a touch, or maybe it was a return. I'm not 100% sure exactly what happened. I was not watching that game, but the defense and special teams did record a touchdown for me.
Yeah, and they gave you really everyone except AJ Brown, Jerry Jeudy. Very happy.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then over on
I
my side, just a lot of underperformances, right? Like Brock Bowers, 8.8. Want a
yeah.
lot more out of him, although he had the slight knee issue coming out of week one, so to be
Yeah, he didn't
expected.
practice, right?
He didn't, he practiced like once on
Okay.
Saturday.
Okay.
And then, oh my God, like Bijan had a good game, but other than that, I'm not too happy with any of the other people.
Yeah. I it was interesting going into the Monday night game. I still think that ESPN and their projections and their percentages chance of winning is a little off because they were giving you only like a 22% chance of winning heading into that Monday night game. And I think you needed three receiving players, Egbuka, McConkey, and Bowers, to score like 60 between the three of them, which is not unheard of. I think I still definitely had the advantage, but it was certainly not unheard of for that to
I
happen.
too, I too thought it should be a little higher with the likes of McConkey, Egbuka, and Bowers remaining.
Yeah.
However, it was right. I mean, you came away with the victory there.
Yeah. I was certainly sweating it on Monday night, going into Monday night. I guess once the game started, I kind of felt good most of the time. But going into the Monday night football games, I was not feeling great.
In the last 5 years, we've played each other. This is now our seventh time playing each other in the regular season.
Yep.
And this is your second win against me in the regular season. So it's now 5-2.
I believe I've also played you one time in the playoffs and lost.
Yep.
So that
Yep.
was my only time in the playoffs. But yeah, it feels good
I
to,
think I think that's going to change this year.
I hope. I was about to say it feels good to be able to do this show and like look at my team as a legitimate contender
Yeah, it's
for the
good.
first time in a few years.
Are
It
you worried
feels
about
like
Jaden Daniels' injury?
not really. I feel good about the fact that I've got Jordan Love on my bench. I think
Yeah, especially with
I
how good Green Bay's looking.
exactly. I the
True
only thing that
contenders.
worries me about Love is that the Packers get off to a big lead early, it seems, in a lot of these games, and then they just run the ball. So,
You kind of have the
um,
same thing with Josh Allen in some games. You really actually want a good opponent against Josh
yeah,
Allen.
yeah, I would agree. So Jaden Daniel, I mean, Jordan Love outperformed him this week. Jordan Love might be a better quarterback to start than Jaden Daniels, even without an injury. We'll find out as the weeks go on. But no, I'm not too worried about Jaden Daniels' injury.
He might be a better quarterback in general, but let the
Could be.
comments decide that one. This was a really close game between Dom and Ian. I think I might have, no, I did not predict this to be my double Al tie of the week, um, unfortunately. But it really comes down to Derrick Henry's underperformance. If that doesn't happen, we see Ian win here pretty
Yeah.
handedly.
Yeah. I
Um,
think Ian can hang his hat on the fact that Derrick Henry certainly is not going to have many 2.3 point games.
And
And
Jalen
I think,
Hurts is going to score more than 11 and a half
yeah,
most times.
I would say that as well. Hurts and Henry are going to give you more than they gave him. Um, the rest of his team, you would think maybe Michael Pittman would give him a little more, but I think the rest of his team, obviously Javonte Williams and Puka Nacua had huge games. So I think if you're Ian, you're not at all worried.
Agreed. And Dom sneaks away with a win here. Exciting for him.
Yeah.
I think he still has Justin Tucker on his bench. So that's an impressive win with probably the only fantasy team in the country that has Justin Tucker.
Yeah. He wouldn't have he actually he still would have won if he had started Justin Tucker instead of Chase McLaughlin.
Would have been closer, but yeah, he would have.
It would have been closer. Yeah, I mean, great games. Patrick Mahomes was solid. Christian McCaffrey was good. And well, Brian Thomas Jr., I think you can expect a little bit more out of him. And Mark Andrews, I mean, I think he's on the wash side of things. But we'll see as the season goes on.
Especially as Isaiah Likely comes back from his injury. Mark
Yeah.
Andrews might be um, planning
Yeah.
some early vacations next year.
I've got quite a few tight ends on my team, so
You got three.
I'll make a deal for the right price. I think
You
I
gotta
have
put Fannin in. You gotta put Fannin in.
I think he's still scored so far he has scored a little bit less than Travis Kelce both weeks. So
Mm.
as of right now, I'm still doing better with Kelce as my starter. Um, but Fannin might be next up, and I would love to start a Bowling Green alum in my starting lineup on my fantasy football team. That would be great.
And feel good about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Zane wins the annual Mahalki Bowl. Good for him.
This is great. It wasn't particularly close either, as you were kind of
No.
talking about with Josh Allen. He didn't really get a chance to air out a ton of footballs because
Yeah,
they were up
James
by so much.
James Cook did a lot of work. Speaking of James Cook, down there in Zane's flex,
Yep.
he has so many good running backs on his team that he has probably a top 10 fantasy running back down there in the flex.
Yeah.
And that's what his team's kind of centered around. And I think he has a great setup here for success. Zane should make the playoffs and have the ability to make a run.
Yeah. I remember I was mad at Zane um for drafting David Njoku right before I was about to. And my justification on that was Joe Flacco loves throwing to tight ends. That's the tight end one over there in Cleveland. He's going to get a lot of targets. I was right, but it has so far benefited Harold Fannin a little bit more than David Njoku. And Fannin hasn't put up, incredible numbers, but I think so far he has outscored David Njoku both weeks. So,
He has.
yeah. So I might have, I got mad at Zane for drafting him. I might have honestly ended up with the better situation. But
I
it's week
think
two.
I think you
Time will
did.
tell.
Yeah, and Bobby just a victim of a few underperformers. Drake London,
Yep.
most of all, 5.9. Really weird that they won by so much, but this was, and they won by so much in the game. And Drake London, their wide receiver one, didn't score a lot. But this
hmm
was really a defensive matchup if anyone watched it. And it wasn't until right at the very end that there was even any inkling of offense from the Falcons. And that was their backup, Tyler Algier, getting a rushing touchdown
Yeah.
near the end.
Yep. Yeah, not a ton to talk about with Bobby's team. Jahmyr Gibbs was good. Everybody else was either bad or just kind
Or
of
worse.
shrug. And yeah, Zane, just a lot of solid performances. And then he had James Cook. And of course, anytime you can get 23 points out of your kicker, you're gonna appreciate that. Unfortunately, the reason he got 23 was because he put the dagger in Giants fans' hearts a couple of times, not only with the game-winning field goal, but also with the one as time expired to tie it up from 64 yards. So, yeah, I kind of wish your prediction about him, getting suspended for racially insensitive tweets, was that it? Or no,
Yeah,
insensitive.
but
I don't think I said racially. I don't think I said racially, or maybe
this
I
was
did.
this was this was your comment, I think.
Oh, I wish that had come true a little bit earlier than I wish it had come true before this game because
We'll see what week that actually happens in.
it's probably going to be in between week 2 and week 3. Just that's our luck. But there were good things out of Giants land. Like we didn't even talk about Malik Neighbors 37.7 when we
Yeah,
were looking at our game,
let's look at that. Ooh,
which I mean, come on,
excellent score.
that felt good.
All right. Somehow I lose, but I'm still in the lead with my division. Division one, the elite division, as we wanted to call ourselves, is kind of struggling with only 3 wins amongst the 4 teams so far
Yeah,
after 2 weeks, and
yeah.
only one team having more than a half um, chance of getting into the playoffs, 66% by Jeff. So that's kind of disappointing. Division two, a whole lot of movement. Dom up there with 2 wins, currently the favorite. There's some like justification in the playoff column error. Like some are to the right, some are to the left. Joey
Mm.
really needs to look into that. Just make a comment down below.
Yeah, I mean,
And then
at the end of the day, it's not really that big a deal. It's just, it's
kind of
kind of what
annoying.
sets the professional broadcasts apart. And
Yeah, it's like a professionalism thing. And then
yeah, exactly.
down in Division Three, currently the most competitive division. Everyone's got a win down there. Um,
Yeah, and if you take a look at the
Zane,
points for down there,
yeah, ooh, Zane's in the lead there. You're down in third, even though you've scored 242 points this year. That's
second most in the
crazy.
league.
And Ian goes from first to worst in this division, but it's early on. So pretty much everyone with a 50 or more, except for Ryan, to get in the playoffs. This looks like it might be the competitive division, even though it was going to be known as the Bums.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate that I'm in that division, but you know what? It'll be a good fight, and I'm looking forward to it. As you can see, Ryan, Ian, and myself are all very, very close in points for, and yet Zane's the one that has the 2 wins. So, um, yeah, I think this division is good, and I wouldn't be surprised if any of the four of us win or any of the four of us make the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not going to make these allegations this early on, but I do have the second most playoff points against me so far. So I've
Ooh,
kind of had a hard schedule.
okay.
Um, week two predictions. I had a rough week again. There's no getting around it for me. I'm at 25% but not as bad as Bobby, who only got one game right.
That is tough. That is tough. Yeah,
Super tough for Bobby.
I mean, he's gonna have to come back on at some point just to get his
He's gonna have
prediction
to
score back up.
redeem himself here a little bit.
Yeah,
And that should say week two for Bobby. I don't know why that says week one. Joey,
Joey's really, really getting on my nerves this week, let me tell you.
really set up the slides.
He's grinding my gears a little bit. Um, I mean, we didn't. That wasn't on Joey. The Owen, issue was just the only reason we made that mistake is because of a managerial, you could say a managerial error by Owen to start Trevor Lawrence week 1. But hey, what do I know? But yeah, I think Joey really needs to take a good long look in the mirror and kind of try to figure out what he wants to be in his career, I think.
Couldn't agree more. Good job from you. 67%.
Thank you. I'm feeling
Starting
pretty
off the
good
year
so far.
strong again. I
Yeah.
need to get every game right this next week to just give me some confidence moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah. You would think so. What that would put you 9 out of
18.
18. So you'd literally be at 50% if you got every game right.
Let's do it. I can do
You've
it.
dug yourself a hole pretty early.
This is my year.
You
This is my
tried
week.
the reverse psychology of every game that you thought you just went reverse,
And
and
it didn't
that
work.
also didn't help.
So now I'm just going to go back to just doing normal stuff.
That's
I'm going to
probably the
stop
better
trying to
idea.
get fancy. That's where I make mistakes here.
Yeah, exactly.
But if I do
Um,
predict you're going to win, I'm sorry, it's a death sentence.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
We have some pretty interesting matchups here in week three. The first of which is Jeff versus Dom. Jeff coming off a tough loss, but still has a super high projected for week three. Dom undefeated so far on the year, and only 2 teams can say that. Um, it's kind of a hard one to predict. I'm gonna let you go first because
Ooh.
I honestly have not been doing very well with these predictions, and I need a little bit of direction.
Okay, so are you just piggybacking on
I'm not
everything I
gonna
say?
piggyback off every one of them,
Okay,
but I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna piggyback off some of them.
all right. You know what? I think Dom's going to continue the win streak. I think he's going to be 3-0. I know that's the underdog
Gosh.
pick here, but I like his team, and I think he's got a good chance of going up and improving his record.
I think so too. I think Dom is going to take this win. I think Jeff is going to fall to 1-2, and he's going to be in a pretty disappointing spot for as good as his team is. He's kind of like the Chiefs, just losing a lot of games early in the year for some reason.
Fair enough.
Or I guess a better analogy might be Pranav is the Chiefs because he also has a really good team. But
That's true.
anyway, we're not going to
Hopefully
go
the
out of
Chiefs
order.
can continue to lose this week. That would be nice.
Listen, if they keep losing, everyone's going to stop hating them.
I don't know. We might have to ask Joey about that.
We'll bring him on next week. We already got our once a year Joey visit in
Yeah.
the week one preview, but Owen versus speak of the devil, Owen versus Joey. Joey has such a large game line projected win total here, 131. Oh my gosh, up into the 130s. And he's refusing to trade. And this is maybe he's onto something.
Maybe he's onto something.
This is Owen's revenge game. This is where Owen takes back a win over Joey after getting quite honestly trade rape last year, in my opinion,
Whoa.
in everyone's opinion.
Yeah.
Owen takes the victory here despite being projected to lose by 16.1.
Okay.
Notably not the worst blowout projection of the week.
That is true. I think Devin's and Ian's game might have a little something to do with, I don't know if Devin has put in a new quarterback. So that might be part of why. But I still think it might still be the biggest, even if he does put a quarterback in, it might still be the biggest blowout of the week. Um, yeah, I can't go against Joey here. The projection is too much. In fact, why don't we see if Joey will answer a call in on the show here? We'll give him a little bit of time to state his case. Let's see if he picks up though. He might not. Hey Joe, you're on Double Al. Why do you think that you're gonna win your matchup against Owen this week?
I mean, just look at the stats and projections. Man. My team's loaded.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much the exact reason I chose your team. All right, and now you have 30 seconds to get your thoughts about the Kansas City Chiefs off your chest. Please try to keep it PG-13.
I just gotta say they're bums, you know. Like, what's the deal with them wearing the what is it, free Rashi Rice T-shirts?
Yeah,
Just disgusting behavior, to be honest with
I
me.
don't think
yeah,
they heard what he did.
yeah, that was certainly a questionable move to say the least.
Just putrid, just disgusting.
All right,
What I have to say about that?
all right, fair enough.
Ask him if he likes the awful trade offers I'm sending him, or if
Alex
it's at
wants to
Jeff
know
level.
if you enjoy the trade offers that he's sending you and wants to know if they're Jeff level.
Level, but they're creeping up on it.
Okay. All
No,
right.
they're not. Tell him that's bogus. That's a bogus claim.
Alex is disagreeing. He says that's bogus.
We'll have him explain the trades that he's making.
You know what? I think I will do that. Thanks for picking up, Joey. I will be with you shortly here once we're done recording.
Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.
Of course, of course.
That's cute, you two.
All right. Well, you heard him explain your trades. You never told
No,
the audience.
we're gonna have to keep those negotiations in private until something happens.
All right. That's unfortunate.
In retrospect, we will obviously go over these after the season is done, or maybe even after the trade deadline has happened, if nothing
We will
does
not
happen.
remember to keep up with that.
Right? Comment down below.
Comment down below. Remind us.
I don't even know what we're commenting. Pranav versus did you guess? Yeah, you guessed Joey. Pranav
Yeah.
versus Ryan. Pranav coming off a tough start of the season. Ryan also just came off a really big victory. Can Lightning hit the same place twice? That is the the saying there.
That is the
No, it
phrase.
can't. Pranov is going to win. Both teams here are going to be 1-2.
The only person that I've heard misuse phrases more than you is one of my coworkers. And I feel comfortable saying that because I'm not talking behind their back because my coworkers found out about the show today. So
Shout out to Alan's coworkers. Hello.
shout out to the members of the team. We'll see if they watch this episode and get to this point.
Unlikely.
Yeah, unlikely. But hey, you
They're
never say
gonna
never.
they're gonna it's gonna be like 45, 50 minutes. They're gonna tune in, watch like 2 minutes of him and be like, hey, that's cool. I know that guy. And then they're gonna turn it off and they're gonna go on with their day.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So, yeah. Anyway, I think I'm gonna take Pranov to win this week. I think he needs it as much as I think his team is good, and I think, you know, he still has a good chance to be good towards the end of the season. It's tough to start 0-3, and I think he needs a win here. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be very close. I think Ryan is a very good team as well. I think he's got a great squad. I just think Pranov needs it. And I know that doesn't mean anything in the world of fantasy football because you can't will your team to a victory, but I'm giving it
Oh,
to
yes, you
Pranov
can.
because, well, yeah, of course you can. But like, if you really look at it, literally, there's nothing you can do besides put the right players in the. But I disagree because you can coach your players up, make sure they're doing the right thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm sorry for going on that little rant that went in circles.
it's all right talking in circles. But
I love
it's
doing
it's
that.
interesting that we both predict Pranov after he scores less than 100 and Ryan just scored 140 plus. Score prediction on this game, 130 Ryan, 128 and a half Pranov.
Ooh.
Sorry,
So you
other
are
way
taking
around.
Ryan.
No, other way around. Pranov gets 130, Ryan 128.5. Zane Alex, the Zane Alex Bowl. That's not really
Ooh.
a thing.
No.
Super close. I'll go with myself.
The other 2/3 of the Mr. Gallant's third grade class bowl.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. The first 2/3 happened this week, and the last 2/3 is going to happen when I face Zane. That's a niche reference that only 3 of us are going to get, and 2 of us are on the call.
Yeah. And Zane
Yeah.
doesn't even watch this, so hi everyone else.
Hello, Bobby, the only person who has made it to this point.
Hi, Owen.
Hi, Owen. Comment down below if you made it to this point.
Unlikely, but possibly. Hi, Chris.
Possibly. Chris, potentially.
Sometimes
Either
he makes it.
Mahelke or your mom.
True.
Although I feel like, listen, I don't want to call anybody out.
Oh,
It
and
feels like
Devin listens too. Devin listens sometimes.
it feels like your mom has kind of fallen off viewership of the show a little bit. I'm just
She
gonna say
has
it.
been, she said on the record she likes the Kelsey Boys podcast more. So that's what she listens to instead.
That's kind of tough.
It was tough to hear.
Yeah. I can't imagine. That's tough for me to hear. I can't imagine how tough it is for you to hear.
Jason, we'd love to have you on.
Either. Or Taylor. We'd love to have Taylor. I mean,
I don't know. I don't know if
let's be
she'll do
real.
it.
I don't think she'll do it, and I think we would just be sitting here with our mouths wide open, not being able to say anything.
I'm not sure she has a Zoom.
Maybe not. I don't know. Do celebrities have Zoom?
Some of them.
The ones who had to give a commencement speech at colleges from the years 2021 to 2023 all have Zoom.
Jeffrey Tubin has a Zoom. Look it up.
Okay. I'm just going to leave that there because I'm afraid.
Who do you think's gonna this game?
I believe that, man, this is a close one. You know what? I think unfortunately for you, I'm gonna choose Zane to continue his winning ways and also start the season 3-0. I think he and Dom are both gonna start 3-0.
All right. Moving on to teams that will be
Did
either
you choose
3-0
one for
or
that?
0-3. I did. I went with myself. Yeah,
Okay, my bad. I didn't hear that.
you're good. Devin versus Ian. Devin will put a quarterback in. I don't think it's going to matter. I think Ian comes away with this win. Devin goes to 0-3, which we should look in the history of this. this here league we have, if anyone's ever gone 0-3 and then made the playoffs, I imagine the answer's no.
I can tell you, I think I have started the season 0-3 a few times, and I don't believe I made the playoffs any of those times.
Well, you're saved
Although
this year.
the one year I did make the playoffs, I did have a really bad start to the season, and
Yeah,
I
you
kept
started like
telling
1-5.
everybody, yeah, I kept telling everybody that once my team recovers from injury, I was going to be dangerous, and that ended up being true. I don't know what my record for the first 3 games was, so, but I did make the playoffs that year. Didn't win a game, but I made the playoffs.
Yeah, so you think Ian too here?
Yeah, I listen, I don't think I can, in good faith, ever take Devin to win a matchup. At least not at this point.
Bobby Allen, um, coming off the week you just had, I can't go against you. So don't let me
I
down. I really need I need some help. Okay?
I think I'm
Between
gonna
between between you and me, I'm not very good at these projections, and I need you to win this game for me.
I think I will take myself. I do really like my team, and now that I've subbed Jerry Judy out for Rome Odunze, I do feel even better about the way my team is set up right now. And again, Jaden Daniels injury or not, I feel like I am in a good spot quarterback wise with Jordan Love on my bench.
Jaden Dan. Oh, okay, yeah. Just reminded me of that. And I don't know. Yeah, but I'm still going with you. Um, if not a
I'll take a
win,
look at the injury reports and the practice reports and everything,
this
and
will
I'll
be
make a
the double
decision.
L tie of the week if you don't win.
Ugh. So wait, what's your guess? Is it a tie or is it I win?
It's a win. There's not going to be a tie. It's never going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Whoa, going against your own prediction 3 weeks in?
Sorry. It's just not going to happen. All
Probably
right.
not.
Where's the new Manning? He's pointing right at you.
He is. Oh, I see him. I didn't pick up on that. Um, that's a great one. What is that from? Is that a commercial?
It might be a commercial.
I like it. I like that one.
That's the one I'm actually feeling this week. That's me pointing at my team after their underperformances and saying, do better.
I'm saying do better. I
Try a little
gotta do
harder.
better. I gotta do better. I gotta do better.
They need to lock
Joey's
in.
gonna
I gotta
understand
lock
that one.
in. I just have to lock in. Just lock in.
Joey's gonna understand my reference just then. Joey might be the only one. A
Too
lot
bad
of
he
niche
doesn't watch the
references.
show.
Yeah, oh yeah, he will not watch. So that was for nobody. That's gonna stay out there in the ether and be lost to time. Oh, which Manning am I feeling today? Uh, I think I am feeling the man. This is tough. I'm not really. I don't. He's disappearing. He's leaving. He's going away. Um, Man, this is really tough. You know what? I'm feeling like Eli up in the when he's holding up that Super Bowl trophy, that Lombardi trophy up there in the
Oh,
top
that's
right,
you. That's gonna be
because
you.
I don't experience a ton of wins in fantasy football. So when I do, I really got to savor it. Got to
Just like the
I
Giants,
won
right?
this week. Let's go.
That's a
Um,
one win at a time, man.
yeah, and listen, I mean, he won the Super Bowl, I won the double L Bowl. We both won bowls in our life. So,
Hmm.
that's the one I'm feeling today. And yeah, although that picture of Zane is still staring straight into my soul, I don't like that. That's what I see at night when I take too much Benadryl.
That's the
I
hat
wake
man for
up
you.
and I wake up and that's what I see. And I can feel like my insides getting a little too hot, you know.
It's nice to know that you've already had dinner, though.
I'm halfway through dinner. I will be honest. For the courtesy of the audience, I have not eaten during the show. Wouldn't want to do that. That's not professional. Owen, who always comes on the show mid food. Uh,
I like
but
it.
yeah,
He's a busy guy, though.
he's a busy guy. And you know what? Why don't we just use that as a comment down below? Comment down below what you had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner on whatever day this is uploaded. I'm not sure if that's going to be tomorrow or if it's going to be next Tuesday or when it's going to be. But yeah, comment down below here and let us know what you are eating all day.
Uh,
Snacks, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, anything that you put in your body on the day that this is uploaded, we want to know about it. So comment that down below.
Also, comment down below if you think we have like an overrepresentation of Peyton here. I'm looking around.
Ooh,
It's just, I feel like it's not 50-50. I feel like we have more Peyton on the board.
really? I
I don't
see
know.
now that's interesting because then you have to really like for the Hall of Fame bust, do you count that as two Peytons or just one?
Absolutely. No, that's
Okay.
two.
For the Peyton Trevor Lawrence picture, is that Peyton? Does that count as a Peyton? Does that count as half a Peyton?
I think that's half a Peyton.
Okay. We have a couple arches on there, a couple miscellaneous Mannings. We have Zane Manning and we have Sammy Manning. Is that Sammy? I don't know
No,
who
that's
dog that
Peyton.
is.
That's Peyton.
You're right, Peyton.
That
Um,
counts as a Peyton.
Now I'm not going to sit here and count this live, but in the top half of the picture, there's a lot of Eli.
I don't know. Maybe I got this all wrong. There's in the
There's a
bottom
lot
left
of Eli.
four Eli alone. Yeah, maybe I got this wrong.
And the two hosts of this show are both Giants fans. So I feel like an overrepresentation of Eli might be a little fair. Also, in the meme zeitgeist, I feel like Eli is a little bit more of a meme player than Peyton was, although let's be
Peyton's got the
honest, they're
forehead.
both Peyton has the forehead, and that's kind of the whole thing that really gives him that status. So I think
Next
there
week I
might be
want to
more Eli.
next week I want to get a Peyton in here of him being mean to a teammate or a loved one because I hear he
Ooh.
was mean to his teammates back in the day.
I could tell you about a video that I have seen of him yelling at Jeff Saturday on the
Yeah, that's the one
sideline.
I'm thinking of.
Yeah. So, yeah, he asked Jeff to stop calling the plays. He did it very calmly and kindly to him
He
too. I
did it
think,
very calmly.
yeah, it was taken out of proportion. Um, if you watch the video, it was a very, he went over, he patted him on the back, and he said, "You know what, Jeff, I would appreciate if you left the play calling up to myself and our offensive coordinator,
Yeah, that's
because
not
you are the
verbatim.
center. You pass block, you rush block, and you snap me the ball. And I would appreciate if you didn't call any plays." And that was the whole conversation. Everybody thinks he was like he had some major crash out. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either, man.
Who knows?
All right. Thanks for joining, everybody. It's been another week of Double L. I hope you come back next week. Um, if you don't, we're gonna be real sad because
Desperately need your viewership.
we need some viewership. I'll be
Yeah,
honest, no sponsors have reached out this year so far, and we usually get a few by now.
that's not true. We clearly had two today.
These are, I mean, other than the ones at the beginning, like we don't have a Wegmans or a Dunkin' or a no.
That's true. That's true. That is very true. Although, those usually our episodes are sponsored by adult beverage brands. I think the
True.
vlogs usually get more, Dunkin'
And the
sponsorships and
vlogs get a lot more viewership anyway. I think the most viewed video on this channel right now is the Bills Jets vlog.
I think, Owen and I kind of came to a bit of I think it was Owen. Maybe it wasn't, but I think it was Owen. We have a theory as to why that is. And it's because I use those pictures that the NFL usually uses for highlight compilations from a certain game. So I think people might see that
And
and
accidentally click it.
and think, "Oh, look, it's the highlights from." No, it's just a theory. It could be the fact that vlogs have good rewatchability for people who were on that trip. So a few times a year they'll like to go back and watch it. I know I do that. I don't know about you, but a few times a year I'll go back and watch the vlogs just to be like, "Ah, that was a fun time." So that's probably ultimately what the viewership numbers are. That can probably explain that.
And as we're speaking right now, I just got a series of texts from Jeff. We'll end
Ooh.
on this. He said, "Yo, you need a running back. Let me help you out, brother. So wish me luck in these upcoming negotiations."
Something tells me. What do you think the percent chance? Right? Blah. What do you think the percent
Bro.
chance is right now? And do an ESPN percent ranking, not your own in your own head. What do you think the percent chance is that this time next week we have a trade to go over that involves you and Jeff?
An ESPN prediction of 8%.
Okay, yeah, that's probably fair. Never rule it out. You might be able to talk him down, but if he usually is not willing to come off the cliff, shall we say?
He's the kind of guy that's like, I'll give you Tua, and all I need is like give me Josh Allen, Bucky Irving, um, and I need a tight end. Throw in Brock Bowers, and I'm really
Owen was
helping you out with this trade.
Owen was telling us, sorry, I know we keep going on and on and on with this episode, but Owen, we got a little insider information that Jeff was trying to talk trade with him, and it was for, he used the guise of being a Jags fan to be like, hey, let's do a bottom of the bench trade. You give me whoever your worst guy is, or I'll give you whoever my worst guy is. You give me, and I can't remember what his name is for the Jags, but people say he has a lot of upside. And I think he actually had a pretty big week this week. And he was like, you give me him because I'm a Jags fan. I just kind of like him. And I'll give you just kind of like my worst player on my bench. And Owen, of course, said no, because at this point we all know not to trust Jeff when it comes to trades. Um, but yeah, just
Should
another.
Bishal Tootin.
Yeah, it is. I knew he had some kind of a funny name. Um, but yeah. So I think people are really high on Tootin. So
I am.
I mean, aren't we all? But but yeah, that was a Jeff attempt to rip somebody off, let's say.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. All right, we should close this episode out before we find something else to talk about. Thanks for joining us this week on Double Al. Come back this time next week, or whenever Alex decides to upload the episode, to watch our week 3 recap and week 4 preview. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Production intern, production intern, production intern. I edit these videos. Tee hee.